Hi everyone, and thank you for listening and watching my channel. The last two videos, I talked about my experience with a narcissistic sociopath and the red flags that you need to look out for. One video I showed my face, the other one I didn't. Today I'm not. The reason why is because sometimes I feel like I express myself better just lying here, speaking from the heart. I want to talk about my experience with a narcissistic sociopath, how a confident woman can get involved with such a dangerous man and left destroyed. I want to help other people watch out for the predators out there and tell everyone that it's not your fault. It's their fault. They have the disorder. And if anyone brings you into their lives, abuses you and then discards you or anything like that, it's not your fault. It's their issues, okay? So that's what I want to get out there, and I don't really want the big subscribers. I mean, that would be nice, but or a lot of viewers. I'm looking to just help maybe one or two people, and if I help millions, then that's great too. But my mission is to help myself heal too. But most importantly, get the red flags out there, get the traits out there. And I've done about 2 to 3 years of research on abusive relationships, and then 2 years or for the narcissistic and sociopath, malignant narcissist. How do I know my ex is a narcissistic sociopath? I told everyone before. I've done the research. I've done hours and countless hours of research, watching videos, reading articles, and talking to therapists and a psychologist, and it leans towards antisocial personality with narcissistic traits, possibly borderline traits, but I don't know that for a fact. But I guarantee that if my ex was diagnosed, he would be diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder and or traits, or narcissistic personality disorder or traits. So, and also he has fire setting and animal cruelty. He has prior 3 or 4 restraining orders. He's been in jail numerous times for domestic violence. And I also lived through what I lived through, and I can tell you that being with this person was a war zone. It was a nightmare, and even though I was only with him for 1.5 years, it went from being a good relationship. Within 2 months, it was a nightmare on earth. And I want to explain my position in the relationship before we go on, so it's clear that what my position is, because with psychopaths and narcissistic sociopaths, right? They have a harem of either men or women. These predators have a harem, a group of people that they will go back to or they will see on the side, and they will reuse the same people over and over. And that's what happened to me. I was used over and over, and also the same girls were used over and over. And when he went on to the new girl, he tried to cheat on them with us, the same girls that he triangulated me with this other girl, and he saw us two behind this new girl's back. So everybody in the eye of a psychopath and a narcissist is the same. Nobody's special, okay? Everybody is just another object. And today I want to talk about now, before we go on, I would like to make a note that in the relationship, okay, I was an in-between target. His main targets of women were dependent women who didn't have jobs, cars, homes, money, and they came from broken pasts. See, I was independent, so he couldn't control me. The main objective of a sociopath or a narcissist is power and control. They want to take control of their target. And that's what made these women easy targets, okay? Because if he can get them into the door, he can financially take control. That's when, it's going to start. So I was an in-between target. There's a section in the book called Psychopath Free by Jackson Mackenzie. It's a great book, and it talks about the in-between target and how the love bombing stage is short, but the main phases are the devaluation and the discard. And I was probably devalued, abused, and discarded about possibly 3 to 4 times. Yeah, I would say 3. 3 full discardings. Okay? And then they usually come back, right? And if something doesn't work out, a psychopath or maybe a narcissist, they will come back and they will recycle the old supply. Now, sociopaths recycle supply. They need that supply just like a narcissist. Why? Because a sociopath is also narcissistic. But not all narcissists are sociopaths or psychopaths. So let me repeat that. All psychopaths and sociopaths are narcissistic, but not all narcissists are psychopaths and sociopaths. I want to get that out there because I want to make it known that the sociopath does hoover, okay? They do go back to their predators. They will go dip into their harem when they need them, and then they will reuse them when they need them, and then they will throw them in the trash when they are done with them. They are users, abusers, and exploiters. But what I want to get to today is after the love bombing stage, once the love bombing stage starts to fade, I want to talk about what you're going to feel like and what the narcissist and the sociopath starts to do. They want to take control of their victim. So, like I said before, the sociopath and the narcissist, or if you're dealing with a psychopath, malignant narcissist, they all have one objective. And that's for power and control. They're not looking for love. They're looking for control. Most domestic violence perpetrators are either psychopathic and or narcissistic. So when you talk about an abusive relationship, a lot of people say that they were financially abusive, which means that that the perpetrator was controlling the finances, or they were sexually abusive. They were controlling when they had sex, when they didn't. This is all about power and control. The rages, the violent physical rages, the verbal abuse. It's all stems from power and control. Why does a narcissist and sociopath put you down? Well, they want to lower your self-esteem. They want to take some kind of control over you so you become attached to them, so you fight for them. Why do they play all these mind games with you like triangulation? It's for you to work harder for them. And working harder, going back, working harder, it gains control. So everything stems around from this little thing in the bottom of this whole nightmare, and that's the power and control. And when you're dealing with a narcissistic sociopath or a malignant narcissist or psychopath, they're going to start out with little criticisms, and they're going to move the goalposts. So their expectations are really, really high, but it has nothing to do with you. They're just fucking with you. They're just fucking with you. How come when I did my ex's dishes, about for 2 hours, I used to do my ex's dishes. Now, every time I did his dishes, it was never good enough. I could scrub those dishes for 5 hours. He would still make up these suds on there and tell me it wasn't good enough. Why? Because he's mind fucking me. He was mind fucking me, and he was trying to control me and have me go back and work harder, try to go back and prove myself. How many times did I do that? And by that, it began the trauma bond. It started the Stockholm syndrome. Okay? Because we become addicted to these people. A lot of people talk about like this love thing that they have with their abusers. They can't leave. It's like an addiction. Well, this is where it creates this, and it's in the beginning. So they're going to start with little criticisms. Maybe your hair, the way you dress. Maybe you dress too sexy. Maybe you dress not good enough. But it's not going to make you feel good about yourself. They're not doing it to make you feel good about yourself. So maybe the way you wear your hair, the way you drive, or the way you wash the dishes, make the bed, clean the bathroom, watch your kids, how you discipline your children. There's going to be lots of criticisms. And they're going to start triangulating you with other women. Maybe a flirtation here and there with a waitstaff. Or, looking at other women blatantly. Or, but it's going to be so subtle, but you're going to question it. Also, red flags early on before the actual devaluation stage is you're not going to feel right. You're going to feel like you're walking on eggshells. You're going to seem like something is really off. Now, in my next video, I'll go over the red flags in the devaluation stage, and also, what to look out for, and the full-blown mind games, the insidious tactics, the triangulation, the gaslighting, the brainwashing. But I want to begin with the little subtle signs. So you're going to look out for little criticisms. You're not going to feel very well. You're going to be walking on eggshells. You're going to probably be hearing little complaints. You're just going to feel off because the narcissistic and sociopathic energy is very draining. And they want to deplete your self-esteem so they can totally take control of you. So whenever you feel bad about yourself, you go back to them for approval. Now, my ex was dangerous. He was physically dangerous, and he will probably end up murdering someone. I won't be surprised. And that's why I want to get this out there. I want to get out what I experienced, because I don't want anybody else to go through what I went through. So before I go, I want to let you know that when you're in a relationship, if you feel uneasy, if you don't feel well, like you're being drained or walking on eggshells, or being constantly criticized, little criticisms, please go the other way. Walk the other way, because a partnership is supposed to be a supporting and loving and kind and respectful uh, relationship, a friendship, a bond, a partnership. It's not supposed to be about criticizing. Um, and so those little red flags of feeling uneasy, little criticisms, walking on eggshells, feeling drained, trust me, something's going to feel uneasy. So anyway, guys, I'm off to the store, so I hope that you get something out of my videos. My next video will be on the full-blown tactics that are used for mind control in a relationship with a sociopath, narcissist. It will go through verbal abuse, physical abuse, also the mind games like gaslighting and triangulation, and the flaunting of the other women in your face, the early red flags to how they talk to other people. That's another red flag I'll go over quickly. If you see them treating waitstaff or anybody like that disrespectfully, run the other way. Because one day my ex said to this waitstaff at the restaurant, he screamed at them for the food, and he screamed so loud, and he said, "Stop fucking disrespecting me with your food." Now you see the superiority in that, and the grandiosity. I don't need to speak no more, because if somebody's disrespecting other people like that, they're gonna start disrespecting you. So I can't wait to see you guys again. I can't wait to share my experience with you guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.